Next question, a beautiful question, question number 16. See here, sir, extremely very good question. Listen to this carefully. Question says, a 20-liter mixture of milk and water. Okay, let us write it. Okay, first let us read the first statement, entire thing at least. A 20-liter mixture of milk and water contains milk and water in the ratio 3:2. That means what they are saying is initial ratio of milk and water, it is 3:2. That means the meaning of 3:2 is according to the ratio. According to the ratio, initially 3 liters of milk is present. Initially 2 liters of water is present. That means initially 3 plus 2, 5 liters of mixture is present. According to ratio, 5 liters of mixture is present initially. But the question says, no, it is not 5 liters. It should be 20 liters mixture. 5 should become 20. 5 into which number is 20? 5 into 4 is 20. 3 also multiply by 4. 3 into 4 is 12. 2 also multiply by 4. 2 into 4 is 8. That means in simple language, there is a vessel. There is a vessel. Every time they were giving initial volume of milk. Now I know milk has 12 liters initially. I also know initial volume of water as 8 liters. Both of them I know it, right? In this question I know both. How much milk is present initially, how much water is present initially. How did I come to know both? Because they have given initial ratio as 3:2. Next statement. 10 liters of the mixture is removed. I am taking out 10 liters of the mixture, or the solution is taken out and replaced with pure milk. I am adding 10 liters of pure milk. I am adding 10 liters of pure milk, and the operation is repeated once more. Same thing, do it once more. 10 liter of solution is removed, 10 liter of pure milk is added. Next. At the end of 2 removal and replacement, after the removal and replacement is done for 2 times, what is the ratio of milk and water in the resultant mixture? They are asking you final ratio of milk and water. They are asking you the final ratio of milk and water. Now, think little logically, sir. Think little logically. If I observe question number 15, let me show that question. If I observe question number 15, I used this method. Final concentration is equal to initial concentration, something like that. Now, why I used this method? Because I don't know the initial volume in the question. I don't know what is the initial volume. It is not given in the question. Similarly, if I observe question number 14 also, if you want, check it out. If I observe question number 14, initial volume itself is something which is asked in the question. So I used this kind of methodology. Now you might get a doubt, sir, for question number 16, the question which you are about to solve right now, for this particular question, question number 16, can I also use the same method? Final concentration is equal to initial concentration into 1 minus something like that. Definitely you can use it. Definitely you can use it, but because I know the initial volumes of milk and water already, I will use method 1 in this case. Method 1 is not I am referring to tabular method, but that method which will come in one liner itself. That is what I am referring to. You decide which is better method for you, sir. I told you yesterday itself, you can go with any method. It is up to you which one to go with. Now I am adding milk inside the vessel. So milk is increasing, water is decreasing, so I should work with water. So work with water in this question. Now observe carefully. Water if I work with, so final volume of water I am finding. Initial volume of water is known to me as 8 liters. I will write it as 8. Initial volume is known to me as 8. I will write it as 8. Total volume is 12 plus 8, 20. Now out of total 20 liters solution, 10 liter solution is removed. 10 out of 20 is removed. 1 by 2 is removed. Remaining inside is again 1 by 2. Again I added 10 milk. Total volume became once again 20. Another time it is repeated. Out of total 20 liters, 10 is removed. 1 by 2 is removed. Remaining inside is also 1 by 2. That means 2 into 2 is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. That means water final volume is, finally 2 liters of water is present, but the total volume has to be same, because all the values which are given are 10 10 10 10 only. That means total volume eventually has to be 20 itself. Out of total volume 20, water is 2 liters. Water, if it is 2 liters, the other parameter milk should be how much then? Remaining 18 liters should be milk. But they are not asking you the individual values of milk and water. They are asking you the ratio of final milk and water. Final milk is 8. Final water is 2. 18:2 is nothing but 9:1. Answer is over. And that too in the most beautiful format. Kindly comment in the live chat, sir. Kindly comment in the live chat. Samir Roy has given the answer as 9:1, which is perfectly the right answer. Absolutely without hesitation, I can say that Samir Roy has given the right answer. Other students, what about you people? I know I usually tell not to comment in the live chat, I know it, but still I believe that you are solving. You are solving when I am explaining. I think you are also solving and getting the answer before I complete, because I usually take time for me to explain you people, but probably before that you should solve it, sir. Don't just listen to my class. Start, take a piece of paper, take a pen. When you see this question on the screen, scribble it in your paper and then try to solve it before I complete the problem. Please, I want my students to be the best. I want my students to be the best, sir. If I am putting so much of effort, so much of pain is involved in preparing all these questions, so much of effort is involved in teaching you all these beautiful shortcuts, there should be some output. Without output, it's of no use. It's a waste activity if I am just teaching, if you are just listening for the class. Please don't do such kind of things. I want you people to have a paper and a pen, and you should try solving it before I complete the problem. Kindly comment in the live chat, sir. Kindly comment. I request all the 50 plus people to comment before I move on to the next type of problems. Next type of problems is extremely important. Kindly comment in the live chat, sir. I am still waiting for your comments. Lalit says clear, Hamid says clear, completing me says clear. Samir has given the answer, that means he should be very, very clear. 4 out of 56 people have commented. 1 by 14, 1 by 14, 1 out of 14 have commented. Amit says clear. I want minimum 15 to 20 people to comment before I move on to next varieties of questions. Listen carefully. Every problem what I teach will teach you concept. Every problem. And I will connect the dots so beautifully, sir. You wouldn't have imagined that that kind of problems can be solved from question number 1. My God, he taught question number 1 as basic question, yaar, and he is solving 17th question or 16th question by using question number 1 concept. What is this man doing? That is the kind of thing I want to build you people. Kindly comment in the live chat, sir, everyone. Vipul, this is a very easy question if you have attended my previous classes, sir. Probably I think you haven't. Chalo, sir, let us move on to the next problems. Let us move on to the next problems. Now, everyone please see the screen. There is some heading which will come before I move on to problems. Everyone please see the screen, sir. Now, what is this heading? Next set of important questions. Listen carefully. Next set of important questions. Now, whatever the next few questions what I will be solving, majority are your examination questions. And these questions, students think that they are very difficult to be solved. That is what I have seen in students earlier, sir. They feel that this next set of questions are very difficult to be solved, which are nothing but the original exam questions. But listen to my statement carefully. Listen to my next statement which I am uttering right now. If you listen to my class for the next 25 minutes, probably I will make you solve that difficult questions where other institute students are struggling to solve that question. I will make my student to solve it probably without using pen. Probably. Let me see. I will try my level best for it. But don't even dare to see here and there or concentrate in some other activity for the next 20-25 minutes. Listen, listen, listen. I will take similar kind of questions, 2 to 3 questions. Then you will understand how it can be solved and you will solve it without using pen later on. Hold on, have patience, do not lose patience. Hold on for the next few minutes of time, sir. Shall we start this kind of questions? Reply, sir. Reply fast. Reply fast. We will start immediately. Next set of important questions. Important questions is what it says, because these are questions which had come in the examinations or similar varieties of questions. Kindly comment. Shall we start this class immediately? Don't write. Now don't use your pen and paper. Now don't use it. After 2 or 3 problems, I will only make you people to use it. Don't use it. In fact, you don't even deserve a pen and paper. Have patience. Listen to my class. Chalo sir, let us start the class immediately. Let us start this particular set of problems immediately. Now, if you see here, what is the screen saying you? What is the screen suggesting you? The screen is telling you that question for understanding. Sir, what is the meaning of that, sir? What is the meaning of question for understanding? Now see here, sir. Listen carefully. The question which is written in red color is nothing but the first question of my removal and replacement, which I took 2 days before. Sir, you took the same first question today, right, sir? Already today's first question is also the first question of removal and replacement which you took 2 days before. Why again you are taking first question, sir? Have patience. That is the reason before I started the problem I told have patience. Everything, if you remember from this first question of removal and replacement class, I connected the dots for question number 13, question number 14, question number 15, question number 16. Now, from the same first question, I will explain the question once again, sir. But not method 1, not the tabular method. But I will be little fast also in explaining this time because you have heard it so many times. But after I explain, I want to connect the dots between this problem and my next few problems. Have patience, listen once again. Samir, I don't want your answer right now, sir. Listen, listen, listen. You might know it, but don't forget that the reason for you knowing it so easily is A and C at the present moment, right? Don't answer anything. Listen carefully. That's my only sincere request. Now, you all know this, sir. Initial volume is probably the question itself is by hearted for you by now. 1000 ml of pure milk initial volume is there. Now, what I will do is 100 ml of milk is taken out. Let me write it. Let me be little fast. 100 ml of water is added. 100 ml of milk is taken out. 100 ml of water is added. Now it became solution. 100 ml of solution is taken out. 100 ml of water is added. Again 100 ml of solution is taken out. And again I added 100 ml of water. 100 ml of water is added. Now your question is find the final volume of milk and water. Final volume of milk and water. This was the question. Correct, right, sir? This was the question. Now, everyone please pay attention, sir. You know this already. Always work with the parameter which is decreasing. I will not go with method 1, tabular method. So, milk is decreasing. So, milk is nothing but initially it is 1000. 100 out of 1000 is taken out, 1 by 10 is taken out, remaining is 9 by 10. Again 100 out of 1000 is taken out, remaining is 9 by 10. Again 100 out of 1000 is taken out, remaining is 9 by 10. 1000 cancels with 1000. 9 cube is 729. Milk is 729. Water is 1000 minus 729, which is 271. Water is 1000 minus 729, which is 271. That is exactly what Samir also has commented. Now see here, sir. Now listen to this carefully. Now, milk is 729, water is 271. Now, if I go one more step further, I can write this in other ways as final ratio of milk and water is 729 is to 271. Final ratio of milk and water is 729 is to 271. Now, I also told you one more thing in my previous explanation itself. When I add the terms in the final ratio of milk and water, that terms 729 plus 271 should give you the initial volume, or it should give you the multiples of initial volume. These are all some things which you already know. Now, observe carefully, sir. This is the question for understanding. What is the meaning of it? First of all, what all is given in this question? What all is given? Let us analyze it. What all is given in this question, sir? Initial volume is given in the question, right? Initial volume is given in the question. Now, I know the initial volume in this question, but I found out the final ratio in that question. I know the initial volume in the question. Initial volume is given in the question. I found out the final ratio in the question. This was my first question on removal and replacement. Now I took it once again for understanding, right? For understanding. Now, if I reverse it, what will be the scenario? If I reverse it, what will be the scenario? Initial volume I don't know. Final volume of milk and water is given. That means whatever we have studied till now, put it ulta, reverse it. Now that becomes another set of beautiful examination questions. See question 17, sir. What is question 17? I have written a statement. Reverse question of the question which is understood. Just now we understood one question, right, sir? That is question number 1. This question I will reverse it. It becomes another question. What it becomes? Let us see here. Now see here. If I reverse it, I know initial volume in the previous case, but in this case I don't know the initial volume. I am putting it as question mark. Initial volume of milk, I don't know. In the previous case it was given as 1000. Now the reverse question, I don't know that. Same explanation here. The explanation here will not change. 100 ml of milk is taken out, 100 ml of water is added. 100 ml of milk is taken out, 100 ml of water is added. Next again, 100 ml of solution is taken out, 100 ml of water is added. I hope you are understanding. This remains the same. 100 ml of solution is taken out once again, 100 ml of water is added. Now, the question says, I don't know initial volume of milk, but the question says, final ratio of milk and water is given in the question as 729 is to 271. Yes, this is the value which we got in the previous case when we solved it. But assume that that was not the case in the examination paper. Examination paper, final ratio is given as 729 is to 271. Initial volume of milk is asked. Now, some of the students might directly say that as, sir, you told it is addition, right, sir? 729 plus 271, answer is 1000. Yes, answer is 1000 only. Actually, answer is 1000 only. Correct answer is 1000 itself. But don't take your chance, because I told that answer can be 1000 or any multiple of 1000. That multiple can be any decimal value as well, right? Don't take chances, please, in that case, right? So solve it. In this case, we will always prefer solving by using this method called final volume is equal to initial volume into 1 minus the solution taken out divided by total solution whole to the power of n. Now observe carefully. First two questions, listen carefully, sir. First two questions, don't underestimate, listen carefully. Now, can I say that final volume, first of all, milk is the parameter that is decreasing. So you should work with milk, that you know it. So milk finally is how much? 729. Final volume is 729. Now, this initial volume in the right hand side, I will shift it to the left hand side. It comes to the denominator on the left hand side. Final divided by initial it becomes. So initial volume is nothing but initial volume according to ratio. According to ratio, final volume is 729. According to ratio, initial volume is 729 plus 271. So it is 1000. According to ratio, it is 1000. But according to question they are asking, it is multiple of 1000. It can be 1000 itself or any other value. So I don't know as of now. Let us check it out. So these two terminologies are written. This is equal to 1 minus solution taken out is 100 divided by total solution, that is what I am calling it as initial solution V, whole to the power of n. The same cycle is repeated 3 times. Power should be 3. Now observe carefully, sir. Observe carefully. Similar kind of question I solved it some time before as well. Now power here is 3. So because the power here is 3, what I will do is I will take the cube root. Cube root of 729. Please don't ever think or live in an assumption that without knowing cube or cube root you can enter into the examination hall. You should know cube root till you should know cubes till minimum 20, sir. Till minimum 20 you should know the cubes. That means if I ask you what is 12 cube, you should directly say it as 1728. 11 cube 1331. Till 20 you should be pakka thoroughly like that. Similarly squares will till minimum 25, you should definitely know it. That means cube root of 729 happens to be 9. Cube root of 1000 happens to be 10. Cube root of right hand side, it will cancel out. 1 minus 100 by V. So this is, if I simplify, minus 100 by V, I will shift it to the left hand side. It becomes plus 100 by V. Right hand side is 1 minus 9 by 10 comes to the right hand side. It becomes minus 9 by 10. Now further simplified. If I further simplify, so this is 100 by V is equal to 1 minus 9 by 10 is nothing but 1 by 10. Cross multiply, you will get V value as 100 into 10. Answer for this question is V value is nothing but 1000. Initial volume happens to be 1000 for this question. Answer for this question is 1000. But sir, this method involves some equations, right, sir? It is an equation based method. Yes, it is an equation based method as well, because we are using an equation, so you are getting equations in the below steps as well. But I will make you to simplify this problem even more to the greater extent. That is the reason, for time being, let this be my method 1. I will not even use method 1 in my upcoming problem. Maybe in next question I might use once again for your understanding. But later on, ignore method 1. I will directly teach you how to solve the question faster by using method 2. Now listen to method 2, sir. After method 2, let me ask every student who is listening to the class if the method is clear or not, or if the problem is clear or not. Now method 2. Now listen carefully. Simple things you should know it, sir. In method 2, very simple things. This is the first cycle. The same cycle is repeated one more time. The same cycle is repeated third time. That means there are 3 cycles which are happening. Observe carefully. I am writing it for one time. After the process is repeated for 3 times. After the process is repeated for 3 times, or I can say thrice. After the process is repeated for 3 times, what I will do is total volume divided by final milk ratio I will take. Sir, why are you taking final milk? Because milk is the parameter that is decreasing in this question. So I am writing it as final milk. Sir, what is this total? Total is nothing but the initial volume. That means it is very simple, beta. I told here as final volume divided by initial volume. In method 2, I am taking reverse of it. Initial volume divided by final volume I am taking. Initial volume of milk divided by final volume. In method 1, I am writing it as final divided by initial as per the equation. But in method 2, I am taking it as initial by final. That initial is what I am calling it as total. That's all, right? Sir, can I use final by initial in method 2 also? Yes, you can use it. But initial by final only, let us work it out. Now see here. Total. According to the ratio, total is how much? It is 729 plus 271,000. Final milk according to ratio is how much? It is 729. Now see here, sir. Always make it a habit like this. Very simple way of remembering and understanding as well. Always make it a habit like this. In method 2, total is the sum of these two. Initially is nothing but 729 for this question, because milk is decreasing in this question. Now, how many times that is repeated? 3 times. If that is repeated 3 times, in method 1 we know that we should take cube root. Here also we should take cube root. But I will not write all those things step by step and waste my time in the exam. I will just write here itself as cube root of 1000 is 10, cube root of 729 is 9. That means according to the fraction, according to this fraction or ratio, if the total initial volume is 10 liters, according to the fraction or ratio, if the total initial volume is 10 liters, then my final milk is 9 liters. That means initial milk was 10 liter, it seems. Final milk is 9 liters. 10 chocolates were there initially in the box. Finally 9 chocolates are there in the box. That means I am removing one chocolate. 1 liter of milk is removed according to the fraction. Fraction says 1 liter is removed. Question says how many liter is removed, beta? 100 liter, right? Fraction says 1 liter is removed. Question says 100 liter is removed. 1 should become 100. Multiply by 100. 10 also multiply by 100. 10 into 100 is how much? 1000. Answer for this question is total initial volume of milk which was present is how much? 1000. That is exactly what you got in equation methodology, which I told it as method 1. I hope you are very clear, sir. I am repeating you once again. A and C is something which will make your life simpler with respect to aptitude, reasoning and verbal. Taking the first question, taking this first question which students call it as basic level question, you are solving an examination replica question which is the reverse of it. How beautifully connection of dots are happening. And if you do not watch all the videos in all the top A and C, I will definitely tell that you are a loser, sir. You are a loser if you don't do that. Simple, straightforward, no hesitation at all in saying that, because I know students who are struggling by using some other methods. If you want to be that strugglesome person, up to you. Kindly comment in the live chat if it is clear, sir. Kindly comment in the live chat if it is clear. You think that it is difficult. I think that my students can make it easy by watching all the videos. First of all, you should understand how I connected the dots. First basic question is made it reverse to become another question which is an examination replica question. Don't think that this question had only come in the exam. This similar kind of question had come. I will come back to that question also. In fact, you will only solve it probably without using pen.